Yes, yes. What is up, everybody? Your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Network. And of course, right next to me, my man.
Jim from the Fan in the Van podcast. Get ready to be offended. We got a lot to discuss. We're even going to talk. I have to bring up WWE tonight.
Oh, yeah. Listen, I'll let you come in. I mean, you know how it is. It's that time of year.
I have to. Night of Champions was today in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. And there was a guy on Twitter who agreed practically with every take I had today on this pay-per-view. Well, PLE, because it's on Peacock now.
Okay.
It is amazing, but it has been between you. It's been an eventful, I would say, 2 weeks. You being on vacation.
Okay.
And then, my daughter graduating. Let me tell you something.
Congrats, brother. Congrats to you and the princess, my man.
I am not a very emotional person. But I think, as fathers, there's certain things that just it hits you. And we get to the graduation and it already was starting. And it didn't even happen yet. It didn't even start. So I'm sitting there and I'm trying to hold it in. My ex looks at me. She's like, "Are you getting ready to cry?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "There's just something in my eye. Shut the fuck up. Leave me alone." Just leave me alone. If anybody's going to cry, it's going to be you. And then, just the whole, the whole thing, they had the superintendent there. And she's talking about how life is like the movie Wicked. And she's, comparing her speech to that. And I'm like, bitch, everybody go watch the fucking movie. And, it's like, oh, enough.
You can't, look, as a father, right? And I'm sorry, because making sure that we're so many streams right now, dude. It's not even funny. We're on 4 different sites. You know what I'm saying? Now I got to get creative because, old asses, even though we're from the baddest generation in the world, Generation X. If we ever get pissed off about this, you go pound sand. But just trying to get everything all together here. I mean, take a look at chats. We got Rumble chat. We got the Twitch chat. I mean, Twitch actually comes out here if they do hit it. So that's good to know the other one. Except for Rumble. Rumble, for some reason, I like to interface with this bullshit streaming service. But look, as a father, those are times, right, that doesn't matter, man. I mean, listen, you're a tough dude. I consider myself a tough dude. And every time there's a milestone, dude, it's hard, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, I cried for the slightest things. And, my little girl, just like yours, firstborn, love both my kids the same. I know you don't have that problem because you only have one kid. But I love both of my kids the same, right? 100%. But my daughters, my firstborn, who's had to struggle with a lot of different things, we share this on the show. And dude, every time she does something, I'm like, holy shit, man. I cry even at events. I literally bullshit events in her school. She went into middle school. I'm like, holy crap, she's on a mainstream. Oh my God, this stuff like that. I'm like, it's not, it just it just gets you, man. And the older I'm getting, the more sentimental I'm getting, which is crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. Fucking crazy. I cry out of nothing, bro. You know what I mean? It's like shit.
And it was funny because one of the customers comes in and he's overhearing me talking about how I'm leaving early because I gotta go to the graduation. He's like, "You got an 18-year-old kid?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "How fucking old are you?" I go, 43. He goes, "You don't look 43.
No,
I said, "Listen, pal, you got to wine and dine me first, but you want to get in these drawers, and I don't swing that way, so you ain't got no fucking luck." Hey, but thanks for the compliment, though. But I mean,
oh man, listen, I'm 47, and every time we go on vacation, and I do it pretty decent every vacation. My wife does a great job of finding the best deals. We stay at real good places. We were at St. Augustine, which I don't know if you know anything about St. Augustine, but it's the first established city in the United States.
Yeah.
It goes all the way back to, it was Ponce de Leon to discover. So there's a lot of old structures and buildings, but there are a bunch of shit. But let me tell you something,
I saw the TikTok you put out earlier.
Dude, it is an exhaustion. You know what I mean? And you do it all for the kids. I'm like setting everything up. Oh, shout out to McCormick, who's in the Rumble chat right now. What up, McCormick?
Oh, shit.
This shit's gonna get real.
He's gonna telling me about how he missed an 86 fucking leg parlay.
Yes, yes.
One. I'm like, oh my! You see that FanDuel shit?
Yeah.
Speaking of bet, not for nothing, FanDuel, you played yourself. Mm-hmm. What the fuck do you think's gonna happen when a parlay hits and everybody fucking tails it?
That's
what
true.
Do you think? All of a sudden, what was it? They don't want to pay it out or something?
No, they don't.
Well, tough shit. You about to get fucked up the ass.
I think McCormick, that's one of the sites that McCormick was kicked off or banned from because he was winning too much. That's what FanDuel does. They'll ban you when you're winning. They suck, right, McCormick? Correct me if I'm wrong. Hit up the chat. But yeah, no, man, for real. So you want to talk a little wrestling? Give us a little wrestling inbound before we go into the lineup. You know what I mean? Listen, it's a light weekend sport, so go ahead, man.
We might as well just fuck around and everybody can find out.
Yeah.
So it's like obviously people the main complaint really has been with CM Punk coming back. And like a few years ago, he made a comment about to the Miz about like go to Saudi Arabia and suck a blood-coated dick or whatever the fuck it was. So guess who's got to wrestle in Saudi Arabia? CM Punk. And he gets booed, right? So he gets booed. And now people are calling him a hypocrite because he, as an older man now and not the rebel he was when he was first in WWE, he comes out and he admits he's wrong. He apologizes to one fan in particular who was really offended by the tweet. And all of a sudden everybody goes, this guy's a fucking hypocrite. See, this is the problem with professional wrestling. And I'm sure guys like John Wrestling Fans Insight will agree, and countless other wrestling podcasters that I'm buddy with.
Yep.
You can't make a wrestling fan happy for shit. Like today's PLE proved just that. Like they had what was it? They had Cody Rhodes win King of the Ring against Randy Orton.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, and I agree with this because like when Cody came back, it was finished the story. But only his dad's ever been like the NWA heavyweight champion, never WWE champion, right? Okay. Cody's the first one of the two wrestling brothers to do it between him and Dustin, who was Gold Dust in WWE.
Yep.
And so he finishes his story. Now he's got to finish it again. Now we got to see him versus John Cena in SummerSlam again after he just lost at WrestleMania to John Cena. That. Like, we got to do this again. And wrestling fans are like, the wrestling fan isn't the same they were when you and I were kids watching it. And like now it's just too predictable. I don't even have to watch the PLE anymore. I already know, like, oh, they're going to have this one win. They're going to have this one win. Everything's just too predictable. It's just, I don't know, but it's like people like messaging me. You know, I had to delete my Instagram account.
No, I didn't know that.
All right. So as obviously we know, June is, Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Yes. And, I did one episode about it and, the things I struggled through and whatnot. And the messages I would get, people like, oh, I'm sorry to hear other people. You know what? Why don't you just blow your fucking head off or whatever it is? And then there was one, I'm not going to repeat what was said. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done. And I'm sitting at work and I'm already in a mood. And all of a sudden I see this and I'm like, you know what? Settings. Not deactivate. Delete. Fuck it. I'm done. Without hesitation, just delete it. I'm done. Like, I can handle, like, if you want to debate sports and tell me I'm wrong, that's fine. We can have a healthy argument. But when you're telling somebody that they should off themselves,
yeah, that's bullshit.
Is the line I draw. And it's like, you know what, man? A part of me really wanted to entertain this and just go back at him. My problem is that I take it from one level and I amp it up about 100. So it would have wound up, this guy probably would have called the authorities wherever he lives. Then Suffolk County would have came to my job and got me. And then I'd be extradited to wherever this fuckface lives.
It's not worth the hassle, dude.
And for what? Words?
Yep.
Sorry. I'm staying a tight end. I'm not going into jail a tight end and leaving a wide receiver. Only Aaron Hernandez could do that.
Nope. Absolutely. That's Aaron Hernandez's story. Oh, no, man. Listen, sometimes one thing I do, and you notice, right? And we're going to talk about comments because, I've had a couple of good, really popular videos this week. We're going to hit that on Alex Caruso. That one got like 29,000 views, a bunch of comments. I even posted a political one about AOC screaming. And that has like 70,000 views. And it's funny how people, bro, I learned one thing, dude, right? Like, I don't answer the comments. Let them go. Sometimes I don't even view them. A lot of them I do view, and I sarcastically respond back to them, right? Yeah. From a point of view, but the ones that I know are going to piss me off and it's going to start a pissing match, dude, I ignore them. I don't like them. Yeah, you go going, and it's one of those things because one thing I noticed, right? There's a lot of popular individuals in this game that do straight bullshit, realist kind of shit, right? That use the comments and the insults to their advantage for popularity purposes, and they retweet those things. I don't know if you're familiar with Clay Travis, but his life gets trained 1,000 times a day, and he loves to retweet those, blocks the dude afterwards, you know what I mean? And then retweets those. Oh, thanks a lot, Jim. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? I will go kill myself. So, it's that kind of shit. Here's BB McCormick had a 16 leg parlay on Detroit with 23 seconds left in the game. This was last season, and needed St. Brown for a TD. He cashed out, you know, when they give you the option to cash out because they didn't think it was going to happen. And then a 60-yard bomb happened. But he still cashed out on that one. So he got fucking pissed about that one.
Listen, when I was doing it, McCormick, trust me, I had parlays. Like, I only did like 4 legs. And like, so 3 would hit. And it's like, all right, you want to cash out? And it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I know this ain't going to. And then all of a sudden, there's that one fucking play. And you're like, damn it. But like, when you look at the cash out option and then what it would have been if it hit anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not that big of a difference. Like, if you're going to leave $10, $20 on the table, all right, it's no big deal. You start talking $300, $400, $500 on the table to some people, it's like, fuck, motherfuck, shit. I knew I should have fucking kept on. I knew I should have kept it. But for FanDuel to do what they're doing,
that's pretty shitty.
I'm sorry. Like, what was it? No, two seasons ago. You remember when Bijan was out all game?
Mm-hmm.
And then they put him in at the end for an anytime, because he was one of the anytime TV parlays, and I happen to be in it. All of a sudden, it's like, no, you didn't win because, and I'm like, no. So now I'm arguing with them back and forth in an email. I'm screenshotting the fucking NFL the injury report.
I remember that,
and it has him doubtful to play due to illness. I'm like, so you should have took him out. So what they did was, and I'll commend DraftKings for this. I don't know how they did it, but they did it, and it's probably the only time they'll ever do this. They cashed me out for the 3 that hit. I took maybe like a $40 hit. Okay. They gave me 20 in credit, so technically I really only lost. I left 20 on the table. I took that 20 and hit for another 400 later that day.
Dude, that's a no-brainer.
Like, for FanDuel to sit there and not want to pay out, that's like going to the bookie in Howard Beach and you win and he decides he don't want to fucking pay you.
Yeah. The difference is the bookie will kick your ass.
But the difference is, are you going to argue with the bookie? Because he's going to fucking pistol whip you with a 38 snub to the fucking back of the head. FanDuel, FanDuel's going to find themselves in a huge lawsuit.
Yeah, I mean,
like, is it worth? See, this is the thing. FanDuel, maybe as I'm getting older, I start to think a bit like this. Is it worth going to court and losing more than what this payout is across X amount of people? Pay it the fuck out and be done with it. Like, that's it.
Absolutely. It's part of the game. I mean, losses.
You can choose your battles. Like, I can understand if it was like 2.2 billion.
Yeah.
They were paying out. All right, listen. How did all these people know to tail this parlay?
That's
like
true.
What? You don't know word of mouth? You know, you tell 2 friends, they tell 2 friends, and so on, and so on, and so on. Like Calgon, ancient Chinese secret, huh?
Ancient Chinese secret. Oh man.
I mean, come on. I mean, think about it. There are things like, even at work, like there was this girl who comes in the other day, and she's like, "Oh, I was quoted over the phone for a price of a water pump of this," and I'm like, "You know what? I'm gonna argue with you over $10. Yeah, you know, I'm not the fucking $10. I'll take the water pump. Get the fuck out of my face. You and the pimple over your fucking eye. Get the fuck out."
Look at McCormick says, ignore lots of the weasels, rats, and snakes, downright sore losers in the gambling world. Sore above all, man. He made 2 deposits in DraftKings this month. And y'all tell me the winner is, because you live in Vegas, and I think he hedged. Yeah, so he was going after some dude in Vegas, going back and forth here. He goes, pussy is sore because you're a fucking loser. It's funny, bro. Oh man, he said he asked a loser out in Vegas who think he's a winner about some shit talk. Fucking sore losers will always be losers. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Talking about losers tonight, man. You heard about this, bro? Jake Paul against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I know they paid Jake, the Zone pay-per-view. I know it wasn't great advertising. Usually, I just learned about this yesterday. Now
I knew it was happening.
Yeah.
So obviously you know the other importance I had in my life, because I don't give a fuck. Because Chavez Jr. was like in rehab like last year. So of course Jake Paul's gonna take this fight. Of course Jake Paul's gonna win this one, because you're fighting a guy who just came off of a fucking whatever the fuck withdrawal that he was addicted to.
And he lost to Silva, I think. Didn't he lost last fight? He lost to an MMA fighter. So that's not good, because Jake Paul has beaten every MMA fighter he's faced.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's what's crazy, right? Because when you look at this, right, Chavez, had the reason why Chavez didn't get to the point potential of his career, it's because the crack, bro. I mean, the dude loves his drugs. You know what I'm saying, dude? 54-6, 34 KOs. This guy was right there at one point. Him and Canelo were the most popular fighters in the world. Of course, the whole Mexican rivalry, right? You wanted these two guys to go at each other. Unfortunately, like I said, Julio Cesar Chavez loves drugs more than he loves boxing. You know what I'm saying? So it's insane. Here are these two cats at the weigh-in. You see my video up there?
Yeah.
I can tell you.
Hold on, let me hit play here.
I have never
Hate it when the fucking streaming does this. Shit, hold on. Let me get back here.
seen seniors so calm. I have never seen juniors so relaxed.
Senior is there too.
To the point that he hasn't allowed Jake Paul to get under his skin. Maybe
That's because he's probably high as fuck right now. You know what I'm saying, dude?
He looks like he's
is the difference in his
What was that? I'm sorry, Jim. What was that? He looks
like
normal.
he's on some shit.
I think so. The weigh-in, he looked pretty crazy.
life. Because he has made a massive change in his everyday life.
You can see Jake Paul size advantage, a more natural cruiserweight.
It should not be a
Julio Cesar Chavez
contest, dude.
was.
I mean, this kid is a professional boxer. At one point, was really elite. They're still weighing hell. It has to be. I mean, if Paul's wins, it has to be a setup again, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
A middleweight champion.
I mean, Junior is a fucking disgrace to his father, though, man. To me, one of the greatest boxers of all time.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? One of the greatest boxers of all time.
The fight everybody wants. The one guy that everybody wants to shut up Jake Paul is Canelo, right?
Yeah, and he's having a big fight coming up in September.
He's fighting Terrence Crawford.
Yep.
All right. Now, if Canelo beats Crawford, does he really have to go and box Jake Paul? Or does Canelo just say,
he doesn't have to.
I've beaten them all. Why am I going to go and face a YouTube boxer that was a Disney character?
He doesn't have to. I mean, unless he wants what? I mean, Paul is going to, whether he loses or not.
The only way he's going to do it, because the payday is going to be insane.
That's the only way.
It's
easy
going
payday
to be
for Canelo.
insane to such a point that they'll probably put it on fucking Netflix so that Netflix can gain even more subscriptions.
Yep.
Because it's going to go hand in hand. So if they're going to make money, Netflix is going to hop in and be like, hey, whoa, bring it here. We'll pay you. And then we're going to make that money 100 times back because, the only way I could see this is I got to get Netflix. Oh, okay. I'll pay the $7.99 a month. And then I'll get this. Or they'll all sign up for it. And then they'll cancel it before the first month's even due. So then, like whatever it is. But,
Canelo should get Canelo. That's not even a contest, right? I'm assuming.
I mean, if Canelo fights Paul and it goes more than one round,
yeah,
I'm sorry, I'm saying it. It's rigged because like when Logan Paul fought Mayweather, right? Mayweather could have put Logan on his ass.
Yeah.
And his reasoning for not doing it was these people paid for a fight.
Yeah.
Who wants to pay and watch somebody get knocked out in the first round? Have you watched MMA back in the day? Have you watched the Tyson fight back in the day? Because it happened regularly. So, like, I don't know, but it is what it is.
Appreciate my boy Eric from another half of Patriot Sports. What up, Eric? I appreciate you for the reposting, brother. Good to hear you. Good to see you. Yeah, man, for real. I mean, this is. I mean, don't get me wrong. The odds, I think it was plus 450. I almost put a little money on Chavez, but it's probably like already set up from the get-go that it's over.
See that kid that put $1,000 on Cooper Flagg to be the first pick in the draft, and he won. He put $1,000 to win $1 on top of the $1,000 he puts in.
Yeah, so yeah.
How fucking dumb are you? And then speaking of the NBA draft, because I'm sure I know you've heard.
Yes.
Maybe you haven't because you're on vacation, so maybe you don't know. But the whole Utah Jazz thing?
Yeah, this whole
with
thing.
Ace Bailey?
Bailey. He finally showed up today. That's why I didn't put this on here today, because it was...
So, my thing is because I got asked. And I really, at the time, like, I really didn't formulate an opinion. And then earlier on, it popped in my head at work. Because I seen something. I was scrolling through Twitter at work, and I'm
Mhm.
like, you know what? Not for nothing. Do you remember watching every other NBA draft, and all these kids were just excited to get drafted?
Yes, except for this
Now
kid.
these kids, you see the one kid got drafted by the Raptors. He's like, fuck. It's like, dude, be lucky a team is even drafting you. They don't have to draft you. They could have drafted somebody else, but they took a gamble on you. Like,
That's
I
crazy, bro.
understand Utah is like a racist state or whatever it is. You got the Mormons and all that shit, but I mean,
Bro, you know how many players are not white played in Utah? Like Karl Malone,
yeah,
for example, and he was
Karl
loved there.
Malone, Byron Russell played in Utah.
There's a lot. I mean, majority of the players were black or non, white. So
Yeah.
it's like, shit, man. It's it's different, bro. I mean, the problem is that you also saw his freaking agent. The dude looks hood as shit, right?
Well,
so the video
that's the
resurfaced.
other thing. His agent has no credibility to
No.
be an agent.
Mhm.
So that's the other thing. And I understand you don't want to listen. I get you don't want to go to a team that's in a complete rebuild
Mhm.
and it's a shit show.
You're a rookie,
And it's
bro.
like-
You have no
it's
choice.
The same thing. It's the same thing with the NFL. So like, is that whole Shamar Stewart thing in Cincinnati? So like, people like, well, you don't know the full story to what's going on there. So I'm like, okay, I'll go find out, and I did, and he's kind of got a legitimate reason. So I'm not saying I'm totally wrong in my opinion, because you can never be wrong in an opinion because it's an opinion. But the way Cincinnati's kind of doing things is a bit on the shady side, where they're like, well, we don't want to do the full guarantee thing. So, like, we'll fully guarantee the first year, but after that, nothing's guaranteed, pretty much is what they're telling him. So he's like, well, fuck that. You're going to, you fucking Trey over already, and now you're going to fuck me. So how about this? I fuck you, and I don't show up, I don't play, and I could go into the 2026 draft.
Well, here's
But the
thing.
problem is, in doing that,
Ace Bailey,
you're
they have
now
the
going
rights.
to hurt your value, and you will not be a first-round draft pick next year. You will probably wind up being a fifth-round draft pick next year.
The team still has the rights to your draft pick, so he's screwed either way, unless the team trades
but
it.
if they decide, you know what, this ain't worth it, and they may just do that. They may just say, all right, you had an opportunity at decent life-changing money. You think the grass is greener on the other side, kid? Okay. Now you're going to find out. Because you're going into a 2026 draft class with probably a better defensive talent pool than this past draft.
Yep. Well, the kid felt the pressure, though, because he showed up today.
That's the risk he's taking if it goes that road. I understand you want to stand on business on certain things, and I could agree to that. But you got here. Just ball out and force them to pay you. And if they don't, just do what everybody else does. Force your way out.
You're got to get a contract regardless.
At this point, who gives a shit anymore?
Yeah, it's the NBA is different. I mean, you're gonna get the rookie extension max.
Yeah.
At one point, you know what I mean, dude. If you're decent, so it's not. So he did show up today. Finally, he let the team know that he'll be there Saturday or before Monday, and because he has to report by Monday, no later than Monday, because they're starting practices for summer league. And all the rookie practices for summer league, and he showed up today. I guess he felt the pressure because everybody was going after. This story was circulating like crazy. That's why I didn't go into it, because I was gonna go do this. I was gonna be somebody part of the show today, but that's like shit. The motherfucker showed up, man. It doesn't make any inches, but the bastard did show up, and he should fire. I think his parents are idiots. He also comes from money, right? His dad used to be. I think his dad is a professional athlete, but used to be a professional athlete as well. That's different. That's the difference between some players like the Duke center, who is an immigrant. That guy was happy as hell. The guy that got picked, like, look at the Chinese guy. They call it the Chinese Jokic. The dude was in the stands, bro. You know what I mean, dude? He got picked at 16. Big difference when you are entitled as opposed to somebody wanting it because it's going to change their family's lives. And that's what happens. Entitlement mentality. And we get that a lot about these young ass punks today. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I mean, like in the Sanders thing, right? Like, look at Shiloh. Look at Shiloh, prime example. That kid goes undrafted, and he goes, you know what, Dad? You got me here, but what I need is a real agent. Yeah, you played in the league, but the league's passed you by. It's a different league from when you played, and things are handled differently now. I'm going to go out. I'm going to get a real agent, He's going to get me signed. He'll get me whatever I'm getting this year. I'm going to ball out, and I'm going to make more money, and I'm going to change it for me so that I don't have to live off of your name anymore and your fame and your money. And, like, even with Shador, you could say he got fucked. You could say it's collusion. You could say it's this and that. But you know what? I'll give the kid credit. He's showing up early, staying late. The speeding shit, people have different takes on it. I think it was probably LaShawn McCoy because he's going at Ben Roethlisberger now, which, by the way, the one comment from the last video we did where the guy said, oh, Aaron Rodgers is the best Steeler quarterback they ever had. Yeah, fuckface. Never heard of Big Ben? Okay, jerk off. All right. And I could have went further in that comment, and I did. I just said, guess Ben was never the quarterback.
Dude, Big Ben is the best Steeler quarterback, probably before. I think Terry might take the cake, but Ben played in a tougher era with, I think, better competition.
Well, Terry played in the toughest era of all. Ben played
in the toughest quarterback quality.
Ben played in a more towards the latter part of his career.
That's when he
played into the more we protect the quarterback more now. Let's throw like crazy. We're going to protect the quarterback and the wide receiver.
But when he won the chips, though, it was like fucking the Wild Wild West still, right? You know what I'm saying? Brady in his prime, Manning in his prime.
But the problem is, see, even with that, is look at the bar bet set that he set to be a Steeler quarterback.
Yeah, Steelers
every fan expects that from whoever you bring in. You have to shy away from that, and that's why, like everybody, like the comparison Will Howard to Ben. Well, he's got the same build. He's got this. He's got that. Okay, that's great. But he hasn't stepped on the field yet. Well, Cam Scatterbo came out and he did like an interview. I guess it was like in front of a panel or something, or after practice, whatever it was. And somebody asked him, "Do you think you've proved yourself in the NFL yet?" He goes, "Have I played it down in the NFL yet?"
Nope.
And they're like, "No." He goes, "So then how did I prove anything yet?" He goes, "I proved it on the college level. I'm here now to prove at the NFL level I can do it." So if you're going to interview an athlete who hasn't played on the field yet, ask better questions, because that's one of the dumbest ones I've ever heard in my life.
It is pretty fucking
somebody, stupid. Did you prove yourself in the NFL yet? You haven't played a real game yet in the league, bro.
He's like a 3rd round, 4th round pick. Guess what, dude? He has to prove himself. He has to win. He still has to win a freaking roster spot. That's what it is. Forget about what happened in college.
I love the fact that Odell wants to come back.
I don't. Fuck him.
I love that. Listen, they're not going to bring him back. Malik Neighbors can want that all he wants. No. They're not going to mess with the chemistry they're trying to build there. It's one. If you want to bring Odell back as a bench piece, then you're taking a big risk, because it's not just because of the mentality that is Odell Beckham. It's the injury history of Odell. He's not the same Odell he was when he left New York 10 years ago.
Dude, look what he did last couple seasons, all right? And then I don't like the locker room. He's gonna, like you said, he's gonna fuck up with the locker room chemistry.
Yeah.
We don't need that right now. We don't need that at all. Look, hey, thank you, Odell, for what you did. But to me, Odell did not leave in the good terms. Take your trade. You demanded it, right? Then you spoke shit about the organization. Now you want to retire a Giant. Come on, he got lucky the damn Rams picked him up when they did, and he didn't get. He caught a touchdown before his damn ACL got. He tore his ACL again for the 5th time in that Super Bowl.
But like as a Giants fan, even you could agree to this. You're not an Odell Beckham away from a Super Bowl.
No,
you are a lot of things away from a Super Bowl.
We're done. We're about 20 away.
Are they building in the right direction?
I think so.
Yes. Is it going to take time?
Absolutely.
Yes. Are Giants fans going to be patient for that? No. Because it's kind of the same thing like with Ben in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
With Eli, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Eli had an even 500 win-loss record.
At the end of the day, bro, but the chips count more than the win record.
And that's the thing that annoys me with the NFL Hall of Fame. This guy's got 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
He stopped Tom Brady twice, and the NFL Hall of Fame committee said, that's not enough. And he's got the other numbers to get him in, but because he has an even record of wins and losses, which me and Garrett have discussed this, wins and losses should not be a quarterback stat.
Mm-hmm. Because it's a team thing.
Because it's a team game. Sorry, LeBron. It's not like chasing rings.
Yeah.
Which
he doesn't chase him anymore, bro. He doesn't chase him anymore. Don't worry. We got to touch LeBron later.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got stuff for LeBron.
I don't think you and me have fully discussed it yet, so the people will finally get to. I've already discussed it.
Yep.
But now the people will hear us discuss it, and it'll probably be more unfiltered.
We've discussed it on our separate levels, right? I've done it through some memes and videos and stuff like that, and and you've done it through your podcast. So we got to join forces here today. Go ahead.
We're gonna be like the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. We're gonna become the fucking Talkazord, and we're gonna talk shit about LeBron again. Which, by the way, if anybody's seen Julius Erving's latest top 10 greatest of all time list, somebody ain't on there.
I know, man.
And somebody else is.
He's getting some heat.
And it's funny though. We'll save it for that part. Let's save it for that one. Because we're gonna save it for that part.
We'll save it because
Jim's gonna come out to play.
Absolutely. And I'm going to do this earlier today, Jim, because we got our boy, Wander Franco, the POS, all right, douchebag of the set.
What is a douchebag?
A bag that holds douche.
I know a douchebag when I see one.
You pretentious douchebags.
I don't do well with douchebags.
Cock it in, bro.
Okay, I'll reload it. Okay.
So as you know, he hasn't played in the league since 2023 because of what happened. And let's refresh everybody. Mr. Franco had himself a sexual relationship in Dominican Republic, illegal sexual relationship when he was 21, and it was a 14-year-old girl, right? And now he got indicted, right? However, the 2-year prison sentence was suspended. And of course, we've come to find out that the mother of the victim is a well-known sex trafficker. Vanessa Chavez Almonte was found guilty of trafficking her daughter and sentenced to 10 years in prison. So now this, of course, is all being tried in Dominican Republic, Jim, and I could give you some Dominican Republic insight, me knowing a lot of Dominicans when I lived in New York, me going to the country a lot. But let me give you a little more insight here. Prosecutor says that the mother was paid $10,000s of dollars and had her daughter flown to Wander's home, Franco's home. She's got to serve 10 years. But Franco will avoid spending any more time in jail, right? Because he's been spending time served, as long as it be certain conditions that are given to him by the Dominican judge, according to Reuters.
Bullshit.
It's third world country shit. All right. This is what happens.
It's fucking bullshit. 10 years to First off, I'm sorry. If you traffic your own fucking kid, I'm sorry. This is getting really graphic here. They should take a fucking bazooka, shove it up her fucking wide ass snatch that's probably hairier than Vanessa Del Rio in a 70s porno getting gangbanged on a construction site, okay? And you should fucking shoot the bazooka up her snatch like Terrifier the movie style and blow that bitch the fuck up. And Wander don't have to serve any more of a punishment. Fuck you. You should be fucking chemically castrated and then have two put in the back of your head like a fucking bowling ball because you're a piece of shit for fucking a 14-year-old.
Dude,
fuck you. Fuck you, Wander.
And then they say why, people go to third world countries and do this kind of shit because this is normal. It's normal in North America. I mean, in South America, I'm sorry. The islands. I don't know if you ever saw The Flight of Freedom. The one that about the FBI cop, the one that was getting, people who were saying they were sabotaging and stuff like that. The FBI agent who went to South America and, rescued a little girl from, then stopped a bunch of like sex trafficking, right? Like this dude went on his own. He got, without the service, whatever. But this is normal. This happens a lot in these countries because, number one, people are sick and the government is weak because if you are a guy of Wander Franco's caliber who, remember, signed a $182 million deal in 2021. So at that point, he's already worth maybe, 30, 40 million. That's a lot of money in the United States, but it's even more money in another country where, paying a couple $100,000 to a judge or whatever is nothing. Right. And it gets him off. It gets him off. It's bullshit. This guy should be serving life in prison. Well, you know what? I get it, but still it's messed up. And the mother should definitely, God, man. How do people do this, right? How do you do this to your own kid, right? This is BS. It's completely wrong. it's oh, man. This world's going to shit.
There are people who have kids that shouldn't have kids.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
It's like, as a parent myself, and people question how I look at things, say things, whatever it is, and they've done it through comments from shows we've done.
Yep.
And to those people, obviously you're not a parent, you don't know, so you should probably sit this one the fuck out. But if I were to ever find out that, like, my kid's mom did that to my kid, I would not be here right now.
Not a thing.
I'd be on fucking death row, like in fucking Attica somewhere, or in fucking Sing Sing. I would probably be praised the fucking hero. That's the sad thing when a father actually goes out. Like, you look at Cain Velasquez, right? Formerly of UFC. His son was molested. And he went out and took justice into his own hands because he knew the justice system wouldn't do it the right way. And he's got to go to jail for that? Fuck you. I don't give a shit.
Do you remember in the 80s, the father that waited for the one who
right out of the airport.
Out of the airport and put one in his head, dude?
Yeah. I commend that fucking guy.
Me too.
I would, shit. Do that shit to my kid, I'll fucking off your ass.
Damn, it is insane.
It's so gross.
It's gross. It's bad. It's just that. McCormick says LeBron, Odell, Franco, and Diddy, all fucking losers. Yeah, he went ham on everybody here.
Franco probably was at Diddy parties. He's gonna be the next. He's gonna be the next name. Fucking. He was probably on the Epstein flight log too.
He was in Tampa Bay, bro. Diddy has a mansion in Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying? Diddy loves Florida.
Well, that whole Diddy thing now, they're dropping all these fucking charges. It ain't even going to be a RICO anymore.
Look what
that shows you. That shows you how pussified, and corrupt and crooked this fucking justice system really is, and why? Because of fucking money. Because they know Diddy could just be like, "Yeah, I'll write you a check, and you just drop this. Can't stop, won't stop." Yeah, well, guess what? Somebody's going to stop you. I wouldn't be surprised if he winds up getting himself Epsteined, and he's probably getting all these charges dropped because you think he's going to take the fall for all this?
No, they're doing a horrible job also, by the way. The prosecutors did a horrible job of proving whatever the hell they need to prove.
Yeah, who's this fucking Jackaloni when she went after fucking Gotti when she shouldn't have?
Yep.
And that looked like the fucking tool that she is?
It's bad. McCormick said on the Rumble chat, "I'm not even a father yet, but you touch one of my kids and you're in debt and you're dead." He said he's going to death row with you, Jim. He'll be right there.
At least we'll have interesting Steeler talk.
That's true. That's true, man. Oh man, I wanted to do this early because I put it on the title as well. So make sure. Now let's move on to some other accomplishments here. As you know, there's another rumor out there, man, and we have a GOAT out here, Jim, who himself is trying to get another championship here, but from a different caliber. All right. I don't know if you heard about this, but Tom Brady is at it again. I guess he wants to match his wife because he was seen at Jeff Bezos' wedding, lovey-dovey here, talking a lot, and they seen together with Sidney Sweeney, bro.
I think he could do better.
I don't know, man. I mean, just from an icon standpoint, I mean, this is a big dub. I mean, his wife, Kana, is dating an athlete, I think, right? Or was, or she's still dating
she's dating her fucking jiu-jitsu instructor.
Then did she go? Then I thought I saw her with somebody else.
She's still with the same guy.
Brady's trying to one up Belichick.
You know what? Listen. We could hate Tom Brady on the field. This guy off the field, though, is a fucking savage.
He is.
Like, him and Eli are just like two savages after their NFL careers.
Dude, they're awesome.
So hilarious to fucking. Also, it's like Tom Brady, you figure, was this good, wholesome boy, and also you see him on a podcast. He's like, because like he was on Impulsive with Logan Paul and one of the other schlep rocks on the show. I forget when this was. So they asked him, "Who are you afraid to get hit by?" He goes, "Ray Lewis almost fucking killed me." Yeah, well, Ray Lewis also killed somebody in Georgia, but whatever. He was talking about guys that he was afraid to get hit by. And like another one, he was like, "Yeah, I was afraid to get hit by James Harrison." No shit. I'd be afraid to get hit by that fucking guy too.
Hey, man, he's living his best life. He's doing what he's doing. Loves the broadcasting, the limelight. Look, Eli is doing the same thing Peyton did. Nobody thought these two goofy bastards can like have a life after football, and they're very successful with their brand. With their production company. It's because look at Peyton. Peyton made more money, all right, after his football career from all the ventures and the advertising. You know what I'm saying? All the brand deals because all of a sudden this guy's likable. Just didn't see that when he played football. And look, they're using that brand. I mean, this week they had the Manning Passing Academy, and they had John Gruden there. And, of course, Arch Manning is like the focus. And they had a whole bunch of young quarterbacks from college in the academy. And again, those guys, and look at freaking Cooper Manning, bro. All of us, another guy. It's a great family affair. They bring in the worst, the one that have a career, right, into the fold. And now the guy's like making money all over the place because he has his own show. He has a little spot on Fox, right, or during the football Sundays. It's great, man. And now the kid is going to be like #1 pick next year, probably going to win the Heisman. It's the Manning family, bro. The family overall is the royalty family in the NFL. There's no doubt about it. And Brady is the GOAT. And then you got the Manning family, right? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, and football is run by these two cats, bro, by the Manning family and, of course, and Tom Brady. Because who the hell? You think this is news if somebody else is talking to this chick? No, it's Tom Brady.
Yeah. Everybody's trying to fucking get in them draws.
That's what I'm saying. If he pulls
Tom Brady is going to fucking succeed in doing so.
He pulls that off. That's another GOAT move by Tommy.
Aaron Rodgers couldn't get that.
No, Aaron Rodgers, there. Oh, no, they look like McCormick is no Brady slander. Absolutely, man. Definitely another GOAT accomplishment here that he's trying to approve here. Hey, look, I couldn't stand the man because we're Yankees fans, so anything that comes from that region, we bash. And my boy did beat him twice, so I'm okay with respecting the man afterwards. You know what I mean?
I like him as a football analyst. I think
he's not bad.
He's very, again, because of all the shit, all the shit in New England, the cheating and all that shit, and the shit he got away with, and the shit that he, and the lack of punishments and all that shit. Take all that away. This guy's an analyst is a lot better than A-Rod was at talking baseball. Like, A-Rod's very knowledgeable, but he doesn't have the charisma to do it in a broadcast. Brady does, and Brady's not afraid to criticize things that he actually got fined for it, I think, a few times last year, and I think Fox almost had to suspend him for it. Like when he was criticizing the officials, and Goodell's like, whoa, wait a minute.
You can't do that.
You can't be criticizing the same guys that protect you for 20 plus years. And it's like, not for nothing. Brady's admitted, they protected me.
The difference, though, between Brady and A-Rod is that A-Rod has a stain, which is worse. Because remember, baseball is still a purist, right? Old-fashioned game that people forget, right? And that they don't forgive. Look what happened to Pete Rose. He's got to have that stain. McGuire. Bonds, who did not, prove positive at all.
Man.
And the man is still like, blackballed. You know what I mean? So baseball kind of puts a stigma on you and it sticks with you. So the baseball fans are like, he's good at what he says, but he's still a douchebag because, he cheated. And it's going to live there. They don't care. Even though you take the 2 years that he said that he claimed he was on or whatever the case may be, the guy still has, 500 home runs, almost 3,000 hits, still has Hall of Fame numbers, right? If you want to take those numbers away. Same thing with McGuire.
Same thing with Clemens. You take away the juice years, and the three of them were already approaching that status. And the thing, people like they make the fact that these guys took steroids like the worst thing in the world. But when you look at it when I used to look at it, and I'll go 10, 15 years back when I used to look at it, and I was one of those, they cheated the game, fuck them. But then you start thinking about it a bit, and it's like, you know what? You can take all the steroids you want.
You still can't hit a baseball.
And this is how I'm going to prove this. Ready? To hit a baseball is harder than to hit a golf ball.
Absolutely.
It's a scientific fact. It's a physics fact. Okay? Because one is stationary. One can come at you from multiple angles, different rotations, different speeds.
It's moving.
And all that. You could be up at that plate looking like fucking Lou Ferrigno from the friggin' Incredible Hulk and suck. Like Melky Cabrera, who used the rub-on shit and got caught.
Oh,
and he was
Melky.
nowhere near as successful as Barry Bonds. And people sit there and say, well, yeah, it's Melky Cabrera compared to Barry Bonds, but it's all about hand-eye coordination. And Barry Bonds had one of the best hand-eye coordinations in the game. So, I mean,
here's what I tell people.
At some point, they're going to get in because these old head writers are going to walk away. And it's going to be guys like our age that are going to go, it's been long enough. Fuck this. We're putting them in.
A 280 hitter is consider a really good hitter in the league. That's a 28% hit rate, right? 28% makes you a great player.
And that's the thing Brent has alluded to countless, even when me and Brent have talked about it. He's like, so you can hit 30% of the time, miss 70% of the time, but as long as you have X, Y, and Z, you're in. What?
In the NFL, you can't complete 28% of the time. In the NBA, you can't shoot 28% from the field. All right, because you would not have a job.
No, you wouldn't. You'd fucking be at Walmart saying, yeah, electronics is having a good special on Vizio TVs. Go check it out.
Paper or plastic? So
paper or plastic. It's 5 cents for the plastic, 25 for the paper.
Yep. McCormick was like, Ray Lewis killed people on and off the field. He says, don't fuck with James Harrison.
Not only, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
it's just funny, like even like you brought up Pete Rose, and it's like, all right, he gambled when he managed.
So mad about that, dude, that they can't believe they.
You then make this ruling after he dies that now, yeah, post-humanist, whatever the fuck, yeah, you can vote them in if you want. If I'm the Rose family, and I've said this time and time again, I would reject it. No. You know, it's like the people that show up at your funeral and they tell you that they love you and they're going to miss you and all that shit. Where was all that when I was here?
Yeah.
Like, you could have put Pete Rose in his dying days. Let him enjoy the fucking 5 minutes and die a Hall of Famer for his attributes to the game as a player. At the very least. There are guys that are in the Hall of Fame that have done worse. OJ's in the fucking Hall of Fame.
I know.
He fucking allegedly killed 2 motherfuckers because I honestly think his son did it and OJ tried to get him out of it.
That's a great dad.
That's another theory that's been brought out there as of late. But whatever.
All right, let's move on to the next topic here. Ready? Check this out. This is a good stat, and we got to jump on the NBA shortly here. He goes, maybe McCormick on the Rumble chat. Maybe Tom can get me a date with Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham is hot, and she is doing good things in the NBA.
Ooh, yeah, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. Here's an interesting stat. The entire Duke starting 5 from last season was drafted. I think 1, 2, 3 out of the 5 were all went in the first round. That's insane. But you want to know what's more insane? Cooper Flagg, who's the number 1 pick, spit out some good truth out here, brother. And I double check and I make sure this shit wasn't like, no AI or anything like that. You know what I mean? I always go hard on my sources. You know what I'm saying, dude? So check this out. Look what he said.
You know your history. If you had to pick between the great NBA debate, Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, if you had to pick one.
Michael Jordan, for sure. I think that's the go to me. I don't know if it's how I was raised by my parents or whatnot, but that's just, I think that's the go to me.
Did it pick one?
Michael Jordan, for sure. I think that's the go to me. I don't know if it's how I was raised by my parents or whatnot, but that's just always been my answer.
Michael Jordan, that's a goat to me. And it's not because of my parents, but that's a goat that I know. This kid's going places. Number 1 pick in the league. Number 1 pick in the league. Doesn't care about offending LeBron. All right. LeChoke James. He's got to go in there. And he's probably
nobody should be afraid to offend LeBron James. Nobody. I mean, well, we'll hit on it when we get to when we get to this fucking energy drink really sucks. I think it does have THC in it. I think I'm getting fucking cotton mouth.
Well,
I feel like I'm fucking high right now. Holy shit. Don't ever buy this Three Dragons Brewing green strand some crap.
I got my own LC, baby. It's called Cuban coffee. I don't know if you ever had it, my friend. That is the shit, dude.
Oh my God. You know what I had the other day?
You know what I'm
saying? One of the drivers brought in, because he used to be in the military.
What
was it? Black Rifle Energy Coffee.
Yeah, I think it's Rifle Coffee. It's
oh my God, it's like doing a fucking 8-ball right to the face. This thing, I'm running around all day up and down the stairs like I'm fucking Barry Allen in The Flash. I'm like, oh, you need parts pulled? Hold on, I got it. It's fucking insane. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, yeah, I gotta say, but the come down, like I got home, I passed out on the couch.
No way.
I was fucking done.
Now, going from Cooper Flagg, who said that Michael Jordan is his GOAT, Alex Caruso, Jim, double down. And I know people were hating, saying they was joking around. No, he wasn't.
No.
All right. About some type of championship he won previous to the one he won with OKC this weekend.
Maybe even 200. How much better does it be? Maybe even 200. How much better does this one feel?
Yeah, now I got a real one. Now nobody can say anything.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe even 200. Maybe even 200. Maybe even 200.
You know what I'm saying, dude? Hey.
How much better does this one feel?
Yeah, now I got a real one. Now nobody can say anything.
Right there, man.
Because the bubble one doesn't count.
No.
It doesn't count. And there's people that are going to argue that. So, okay, let's break this down. You didn't play. I don't care about fucking COVID. Okay?
Yeah.
It was not a full season. If you played 82 games the way it should be played, Anthony Davis would not have been healthy for the playoffs.
That's what I tell people, dude.
LeBron would have faked a sprain ACL injury, MCL, PCL, AOL, AIM fucking injury, okay? And they wouldn't have won a chip. So it's not fake. And okay, and there's going to be people who are going to say, well, it's not their fault they had to play under those conditions. Okay, I'll give you that. But still, that's like Luke Voigt winning the MVP that year. They played 62 fucking games. Like, that's not you got to play 162 games to be considered an MVP because he put up decent numbers in half a season. That's an MVP? No. To me, the way they want to ring the Mickey Mouse ring that they want to call it is Luke Voigt is a fucking Mickey Mouse MVP.
Yeah. This video got about almost 30,000 views, right? 113 comments, 49 favorites, 115 likes, and it was a mixture of you. You got some people, saying, "Yeah, it's a Mickey Mouse," and you got a bunch of LeBron sexuals over here, messing around. You know what I mean? Some of the comments were pretty funny. They're never
going to go away. The LeBron, listen, I've converted, I would say, about 85%. It used to be 50-50. It's gone up to 85. Because when I've done my own, when I've done my own episodes on it, and when I hit certain things, and we'll probably reiterate it later.
Yep.
Well, we definitely will.
No.
But when I've hit on certain things, people are like, oh shit, I never thought of it like that. Okay, now you make a valid point. No, motherfucker, I've been making a valid point since day one. You just didn't want to hear it till you had to actually sit and listen. It's like that line in White Man Can't Jump. You listening to Jimmy, but you're not hearing
him.
Like, you can listen, but are you hearing what's being said? And that's part of the problem in doing these types of shows. There are people that will listen and hear, and they'll be like, wow, these two jerk-offs are right.
Yeah.
They may be two total degenerate assholes who like to curse and say the most unfiltered things, but we bring valid points to the table. And you can't argue fact. You can't argue a stat.
Yep.
Because a stat tells a story. And there are people like, well, the stats don't matter when it comes to Jordan and LeBron. then how do you determine? How?
You know, and again, the whole lifetime, him playing so many years, playing more games than LeBron, than Jordan, all that kind of crap. Listen, that's great, dude. All right, Kareem Olajuwon. I mean, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played a bunch of games, right? And that's why he scores so many points. It's just longevity. But nobody was more dominant than Jordan in his whole stint. All right. There's been other players more dominant than LeBron.
Well, there'll be an interesting stat that maybe the other 10 to 15% will probably realize, you know what? Fuck it. We have no choice but to agree now, because there's a point to part of the longevity where there's a positive in certain stats. There's negatives to them.
Absolutely.
And they'll find out soon enough. They'll find out. Don't worry.
Dominance. It's the factor I look at. And there was nobody more dominant than Michael Jordan. When he got to the mountaintop, he stayed at the mountaintop. Nobody else ate. When he left, it's when people ate. Everybody has taken a big bite of the apple, and the whole apple with LeBron was there. And the one thing I say, Michael Jordan is probably the only player in the top 5 that, apart from all the MVPs, NBA Finals MVP, which he has way more than LeBron, the dominance in the playoffs, the championships, he also was the Defensive Player of the Year. All right. The man played both sides of the ball. He was one of the most elite defenders. The other difference is, Jim, and you've mentioned this, and we both mentioned it. Michael Jordan always guarded the best player in the other team. So this man was not only using a lot of energy on offense, but also on defense, defending the best scorer, right? Maybe not the best player, but the best scorer. If you were the man that were lighting it up, they're going to put Michael Jordan on you. He was the glove before Gary Payton got the glove, became the glove.
Yep.
So he would guard a point guard. He would guard a small forward. If you were the man scoring buckets, aside from a center, he was guarding you.
Yeah.
So LeBron could never. LeBron is one of the not the best defenders. He's not a scrub, but he's nowhere near that caliber of defender at all. All right. He's a level above Luka. That's it. And that's not saying much when it comes to defense.
Dallas got to be kicking themselves in the ass for that trade.
Yeah, well, they are. And they got lucky. They pay somebody to get damn ping pong ball and get number 1 pick. Let's see what happens. They got some moneymaker. You got a kid who's been one of the best generational players since like Zion. You know what I'm saying? Coming in, the difference is this kid's gonna last longer than Zion. He's in better shape. And like, but we'll see how it depends how they use him. I think this kid's gonna be a good NBA player. Generational. I mean, there's other players that probably have more skills. However, his kid's gonna be good in the league if it's used correctly. You know what I mean? Yes. I think Kid is a coach I can. I don't think Jason is gonna put him in positions where he's gonna fail. Because remember, Jason's kid job is on the line as well, thanks to Nico for that trade.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of coaches, you hear who the Knicks are looking to talk to now?
Don Staley. I think that's bullshit.
Listen, I'm not knocking having a female NBA coach.
No, I don't like that woman.
I'm not knocking it at all, but
I can't stand her, bro.
What impact is
she can't go to the locker room, bro?
Like what the fuck? Best viewers on streambo.com remove the space? What the hell's that?
Well, let me see what the hell is this.
Best viewers. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it's
good or bad. Somebody's called Papa Sean. We got our first comment on I think it must be a spam. Best viewers on streambo.com. I don't know what that is.
If it's gonna be a fucking spam, let it be like a Violet Myers spam or something.
Man. But yo, look, we got a comment. We got a damn comment. And Twitch. I don't even know what the fuck Twitch is, bro.
I don't know. Twitch is usually something I feel when I'm sleeping, when I feel like I'm falling off a cliff, and all of a sudden I just go.
My balls twitch sometimes.
So does Diddy's when he goes to the Mets hall.
Oh, by the way, the name of the coffee is called Black Rifle 300.
Black
caffeine
Rifle.
coffee. Yeah, that's he's McCormick has it every day. I mean, McCormick's a UPS driver. This dude has to have a lot of coffee because they get worked their asses off. They work them, dude. They work them, but at least he's getting paid well, unlike the guys from Amazon. Which stay there, bro. Stay in it.
Well, that's why all these Amazon drivers got to do TikTok dancing videos in their fucking truck.
I know, and steal your fucking package.
You know what McCormick could do? He could do a skinnier version of the King of Queens.
Yes,
he could.
That's right.
Except he wears brown shorts. Doug Heffernan wore green, but
that's true.
Whatever.
That's true. What a ripoff! That was such a ripoff of UPS. Not even funny. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I was watching something about King of Queens because it's like one of my favorite shows of all time, and they were talking about how you couldn't have a show like that now
No.
Because the people of today view even though it's a TV show, that the marriage was very toxic. It's a fucking show.
Yeah. I don't think it was
relationship isn't toxic. I mean, Jesus Christ. Rob's in one of the most toxic relationships I've ever seen in my fucking life. I feel bad for Abuelito Loco. I feel bad for him.
Abuelito Loco, if you're online, go ahead and hit us up with a comment.
Oh, yeah,
baby.
he'll make a comment, that's for sure.
But yep, shout out to Cooper Flagg. Michael Jordan for sure. That's the GOAT to me. This kid is going places. He's starting out his NBA career right. LeBron sexuals, suck it. There you go.
How many times I got fucking detention for doing that in school?
I know, me too, dude. Yeah, that's pretty funny. All right, Jim. Before we move on to more topics, man, I got, like I told you, dude, it's a slow week. The NBA, it's going to be popping soon with free agency. But I just had to bring this up, man. Before we keep on sports, I gotta bring this up here. Hold on a second. Let me set it up here. This is Will Smith was in the studio and he took some jabs on that freestyle. We're all about hip hop, dog. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was never a big Will Smith. Summertime.
He's had hits. Yeah. He actually has a good one before all this other bullshit came out.
Yeah. Well,
I'll send it to you when we're done.
Okay.
It's actually pretty. He actually flows pretty good on it, but everything after that, like that one, what was it? Aaron from Brutally Honest put it out on Twitter.
Yeah, the one that he was with a bunch of kids in the background or something like that. It was
the fucking lemonade freestyle, whatever.
That was horrible.
That shit. Like, learn to read the room.
So this one is with some British dude. He's somewhere in Britain, and I think he took a jab at Chris Rock up here. Ready? Let's go, Big Willie style. Is that what it was back in the day?
Yep.
Big Will. Yeah. Charlie Slav in the building.
Come on, Dad.
Here we go. The whole world dark as night.
Hold on a second, bro. When you got a dude with a tracksuit, and listen, you and I are old as fuck. But when you got a dude out here, hold on a second. I gotta see this guy here. Yeah, this guy, I don't know how old the guy is. He looks creepy, bro. All right, got that mullet shit. You know what I'm saying? Going on.
Could be on the registry.
Yeah, exactly. Look at this right here. Whatever that Mount Sierra jumpsuit, whatever that is. I don't know what that is, but yeah, let's play it back, bro.
Charlie Slav in the building.
Come on, Dad.
Here we go.
Come on, gang.
The whole world dark as night, let there be light. My insights don't sound right in sound bites. I be sitting at the table with the Jedi Knights. Y'all still sleeping on me like red-eye flights. I ain't a prima donna, I just ain't with all the drama. I took a little Ali, mixed it up with Obama. Suffocated poverty, now I got wealth trauma. Dropping game in my IG stories, a stealth bomber. Road to success, navigated the narratives. Raised 3 kids, made it through 2 marriages. Oscars, Emmys, Grammys.
I don't know, man, but if you looked at your kids lately, they don't look right. You know what I'm saying, dude? And then your second wife, yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of stability. You made it 2 marriages, stability.
When I stare at them, hearing them whisper, you got every right to be arrogant. You in the presence of greatness, still gracious. Top-notch taste, too allergic to basics. Y'all can look, but you'll never find a replacement. And all this from Jeff's mom's basement. I am the illest.
Oh, he's the illest.
Yeah. I am the illest.
The motherfucking illest. He's heating up.
Now I'm not the type of man to move in malicious ways, and I am too grown to play childish games. But if you talking crazy out your face up on the stage and disrespect me on the stage, expect me on the stage. Jokers dish shit out, cry foul when it's time to take it. City full of real ones, wasn't raised to fake it. Jill to Meek Mill to the roots, it's all greatness. Global status from my Philly foundation. I am a trailblazer, I'ma tell my own story. I am the narrator, I'ma rip the snakes out the grass. I'm a landscaper, I'ma go to heaven even though I'm a hellraiser. I am the illest.
Yes,
sir! This dude right here is a hell of a hype man.
No.
I am the illest.
Oh, you're not.
Fucking illest.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes!
He's on fire!
Wow! The energy is outrageous, Will! Outrageous! Jesus!
I am the illest!
Motherfucking illest! Hey, you know what? Yeah, I needed that in my life. That was some
He needed that in his life, bro.
fucked up energy, bro.
No. You're not the illest.
No, he's not.
Because KRS-One is the illest. Eric B. and
That's true.
Rakim are the illest. Nas is better than Jim Jones. Did you hear that shit? Jim Jones thinks he's got better hits than Nas. You know, bro, I don't know what crack you're smoking up there in Harlem. Keep smoking that shit. All right? Because don't get me wrong. Jim Jones has some hits, but you ain't got Nas hits. You ain't got Eminem hits. You ain't got DMX hits.
Bro.
You ain't got Wu-Tang hits, Redman hits, Onyx hits. Shit. I mean, should I go on?
You want to take it even deeper, bro? Guys like, don't get respect as much as they should. Sugar Hill Gang. Yo, listen, fucking LL Cool J. LL Cool J can get on there and rap some real shit. He hasn't rapped in a long time, but he could probably destroy him.
He put out an album. Him and Eminem just did a song because
that's right.
On one of his first albums, he had
bad.
a song called Murdergram.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided, I'm going to put this album out, and he did Murdergram Do with Eminem.
Okay.
And LL brought it back to like 80s LL.
Yeah.
And adding M on it just puts it over the fucking top.
Remember LL right there with Run DMC, right? You know what I'm saying? The Beastie Boys, they were the first mid-80s that put rap in the commercial eye, right? And then after that, that's where those guys were able to start eating after that. McCormick says Method Man is the illest. That's true. Let's not kid ourselves.
Out of all of okay. I like that he brings this up. Because out of all of them that did single, when they all went and did their own individual albums, and even though everybody was on each other's albums, if you had to rank them individually, and I'm only going to use 4 of them, Method Man's 1.
Yeah.
Ghostface is 2. Raekwon is 3. Riz is 4.
Yeah.
Inspector Deck fills out the top 5. Because You God, oh no, you want to do a top 6? The Jizza, okay? Because You God was trash. He was only good to do a verse. He actually did an album, and I remember using it to break weed up on. So that's all that tells you. And for him to listen, this guy,
I don't know why Will's trying to do this, right? He's kind of embarrassing himself, right? Start doing these freestyles. I get it. Look, dude, you've had a hell of a career. Probably one of the best crossover, from hip hop, from the music industry.
Knocking. I mean, this guy has had hits.
He's had some great commercial hits, but nobody ever took him serious, right? Because
and then to sit there and say he don't have to curse in his songs. Now all of a sudden he's cursing. All of a sudden he's cursing in his songs all the time.
Because he's a paper rapper, right? He's not from the streets, right? He didn't have to battle anybody to get where he was at. He was charismatic, right? Him and Jeff. He was like he was ahead of his time from if let's say Will Smith, right, would have had all his hits now, he would have gone up through the social media because he's a likable guy. That's what he would have been. Back then there was no social media, but he was one of those guys that him and DJ Jazzy Jeff, produced a lot of crap and then sold tapes and people like that shit, and then that's how they got discovered. They hustled. I'll give them credit for the hustle.
Yeah.
And then of course he got popular with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and then of course every hit after that, Miami and all the other shit, and then the movies and stuff like that. Men in Black, you know what I'm saying? He helped them. So the guy's not stupid, but from a pure hip hop genre, artistic style, right? You know what I'm saying, bro? He's not there. So stick to the Disney shit, right? You know what I mean? That made you a lot of money. It got you into a whole new world in the acting industry. Dude, don't be mad about that. Don't try to all of a sudden change yourself because, number one, your wife cheated on you publicly, said in an interview in front of millions of people. You slapped a skinny dude that played a crackhead on TV, right? And that's not saying much, dude, because you're a lot bigger than he is, right? If a bigger dude would have said that, you probably not gone out there, right? If that would have been Terry Crews saying that shit about you, you were not going to go out there and slap him because you'd be afraid of your life, right? That kind of. So again, dude, he's trying to
he's trying to recreate himself.
Exactly.
To be
justify that I'm a tough guy, bro. I get cheated on, but I'm a tough guy.
He's trying to create this image he should have did then.
But it was and not even then might have worked. You know what I mean?
But now it's too late. And when people ask, what's Will Smith going to be known for? It's not going to be the music. It's going to be acting.
Yep.
Like
Absolutely.
shit, Denzel Washington could put out a freestyle right now that'd probably be better than that.
Hey, I think Denzel can probably go hard, bro.
Probably would. I mean, that guy played Alonzo Harris.
Dude, that's listen, man. That dude, honestly, bro, he's top 5 greatest actor of all time.
I mean, that guy could do a freestyle about you want to go to jail or go home.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, shit, that guy could do a freestyle about winning a championship, all right, in an era.
Shit, remember back in the day when BET 106 and Park did the Freestyle Friday? The guy Blind Fury is better than Will fucking Smith.
What was it? What was the Chinese dude, Jin?
Yeah, and then because of that, he got a deal with fucking Rough Riders.
Yeah,
and
Nah, they just used that for a little bit of clout. You know, that's it. And, you know.
Where'd that go?
I remember Blind Fury, bro. Holy shit, how did he dress himself? His shit was matching.
Yeah.
All right, moving on, Jim. Let's get out of this. Let's try to bring a little light, get a little off the cuff here. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. What do I got? I got some more stuff for you, Jimbo. I got here's a nice little scenario here that somebody posted this crap, and we got to react to this a little bit, and then we got to move on because we got some other stuff here, and I got some funny shit to play also as well. Check this out. The Bulls. All right. The Bulls when they won, you know, and of course you got the Warriors. I'll be honest with you, not because I'm on Jordan's jockstrap, but on a 7-game series, the best player will take the game over. Scotty could definitely D up Clay or Steph.
Yeah.
Ron Harper, great defensive player. You didn't need Ron Harper to score just 12 points. Rodman would eat Draymond Green's shorts.
That would be an interesting fucking battle.
The only difference here is KD, but who the hell is going to stop Jordan? Not Andre, not Draymond, not Clay. And you know, Kukoc in this era now, because this is the thing, right? They're going to play the style of the era. Bro, Kukoc was nice. He just played in the wrong era.
Yeah.
Kukoc was hitting threes at 6'11" before all these guys. It's just the game wasn't as open as it is now.
Yeah.
Kukoc would average like about 6 points more a game and probably 2 more threes a game. All right. That's what Kukoc can handle the ball. I mean, when you look out here, bro, there's a lot of clampers in the Bull side, right? Ron Harper plays D. Pippen played D. We would have to talk about, you know, Rodman. My man was crazy. I think there's a lot of defense that will kind of really frustrate. Of course, it also depends on what style of ball you play, because it's hard to do this. Because if it's a soft era now that you don't allow hand checking, the advantage goes to the Warriors.
Yeah.
But if you let them play, the Jordan Bulls take their lunch. No doubt about it.
It probably doesn't even go 7. Because Jordan won't allow it to go 7.
Yeah, Jordan. I mean, shit, man. Imagine that, dude. I mean, I know they got to put KD on Jordan. I think Jordan will get him in foul trouble.
Yeah. Well, not only that, KD would probably pop his Achilles fucking like
that's true.
A few minutes in, which I don't know if you. All right, so I got to ask this. So I got to get your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
If Halliburton doesn't have the calf strain, doesn't rupture his Achilles, does Indiana actually win the finals?
Look, it's a question mark because they were leading out the half, not by a lot. And plus, he also wasn't playing his best games because he was injured through the entire playoffs. It is a valid point, and if let's say he was at 100%, I think Indiana had a shot.
Yeah. I'll commit. Listen, people are like, you know, Halliburton should have just sat out the game. You don't sit out game 7 of anything.
No, you would have to cut that kid's legs. As much as I hate him, you know, but you got to cut the kid's legs.
Like you just you don't sit out game 7.
No,
I don't care what Jordan played with food poisoning.
Yep, you don't.
And come on,
you don't at all. You don't sit.
I'll give him credit for going out there, but even with that calf strain, I said it. I was telling somebody. I go with the calf strain. All it takes is going the wrong way, and the minute he went the wrong way, and I saw the clip of it, and you just see it like flutter, I'm like, he's done.
That's what happened to Kevin Durant.
Because this is the one year you've seen more Achilles injuries than you ever have before in the NBA.
Yeah, the commissioner Nosferatu. What's his name? He looks like
Adam Silver.
Adam Silver. He looks like remember the old movie Nosferatu, the black and white, where the dude comes out, the Dracula shit. Dude, that's Adam Silver, bro. He looks just like that dude.
That's one creepy looking motherfucker.
Yeah, he is a creepy looking motherfucker. They are looking into it, and you know what? This is going to end up to probably reducing games, which is not good for the NBA because not only they're sucking so much ass on ratings, that is not good for their customers. So,
but it was hilarious because who was Adam Silver? And Adam Silver was so wrong for saying this. I don't know if you heard what he said before the finals started, and you knew it was going to be OKC in Indiana. He was like, I don't know why people are complaining. You wouldn't complain if it was Steelers versus Packers in the Super Bowl. You're talking about two historic franchises in the NFL going up against each other where that actually happened.
Yep.
Okay. You can't compare the NFL to the NBA because one knows how to market itself and the other one ain't got a fucking clue. That's what hurts the NBA more than anything. It can't market itself right. It can't get out of its own way. And you've made the game too soft that you've turned people away. Like I really can't sit through an NBA game. And I used to love watching the NBA. I would go home and I'd be like, oh, I don't care what game it was on TNT. It could have been fucking Mavericks, fucking Magic for all I cared. And I would sit and watch it. Now, I'll just watch the highlights.
No, it is. I mean, McCormick had a good streak. He said he won on the Pacers 8 times in the finals. My most winning team next to OKC this season. So he won a lot this season with OKC and the Pacers. So that's good, man. But yeah, no, look, debatable. Halliburton, dollar store Reggie Miller. Definitely debatable. They probably could have pulled it off. We would never know. We would never know. But Jim, what we do know, I'm gonna give you something now that you're gonna enjoy. It's a total surprise for you, bro. One of the greats, one of the Steelers greats, man, has some knowledge to drop here about that great play he did once. It's Antonio Holmes, brother.
Oh, yes.
It's Antonio Holmes.
Argue a wall because he got both feet down. I don't give a fuck.
So Antonio Holmes, to me, has probably one of the greatest catches or the greatest catches of all time. So Antonio Holmes, man, on his game winning, he goes, "This." I'm going to quote this. I'm going to let you hear it. Man, Ben walked back into the huddle, looked at me, and then gave me the play call and said, "Oh shit, he gonna throw me the ball." Ready? Listen to this.
Man, Ben walked back in the huddle and looked at me. Then he gave the play call.
The nerves.
I said, oh shit, he finna throw me the ball. I came out of that huddle and I was glued to the corner of the end zone and couldn't nobody tell me nothing else was going on.
Yeah.
I had one job, find a way to get to the fucking corner of the end zone. And when I broke free from the line, thinking that Dansby was going to jam me up at the line, and he pump faked me and almost made me fall on my face because I was that nervous, I looked at Francisco in his face and gave him a quick two-piece, man, and I knew exactly where I need to be at. I looked back, and amongst the crowd, all the players running around, boy, I saw number 7 point and release that football. All I could do was watch the ball coming in the air, bro. That's it. Touchdown. Hines Ward run over there, grab me. You think he was in? You think he was in? I said, Hines, we did it, bro.
Dude, that's some shit, isn't it? Hey, that's I love the way he told that whole story, that whole play. Right?
And that's what's funny because people still argue today that he wasn't in. It's like, bro, he got in. 2 feet down is 2 feet down, even if it's just 2 toes down. Yeah. He's still in. I mean, man, I lost my shit on that fucking catch. Though I was already fucking annihilated at that point.
I bet it against the Steelers that year.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Yeah, I bet it's. Yeah, I remember I was in my apartment. I think, what year was that again? 2008.
It's like 07, 08,
07,
something like
08,
that.
yeah. And I think I just met my wife recently, and we were in my apartment, and my buddy was over. I had a little Super Bowl party, and yeah, man, because it was a great Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
It was a great Super Bowl. Arizona, right? It was against Arizona.
People forget the unsung hero of that game, and it happened before the half. If Harrison doesn't intercept that and run it all the way back, Arizona might have won that game.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Because when Arizona started coming back and Fitzgerald fucking runs to that one touchdown that puts him up.
That's right.
That was it. I was like, I'm like, Ben's got to pull something out of his ass here. And the Harrison interception for 101 is probably one of the most important touchdowns in that game. Well, it was the second one.
It was a great story all around, man. You know, Warner again. Here comes, he's doing it again. The unthinkable, right? The Cinderella man.
Yeah.
And you know, Rad in his last hurrah, he played with the damn Giants, right? And the Giants, you know, bench him over for Eli. You had a great wide receiver. What's his name? Oh my God, for them, it was when he was in his prime. Fitzgerald, right? I mean,
they had Anquan Bolden too.
That's what Anquan Bolden too. It was crazy, bro.
They had a stacked team then. Arizona.
Oh man, look at McCormick. He's making a feel old. He goes, I was in high school when that game happened. I had just started driving.
Yo, can you stop fucking aging us, bro? What the fuck?
Oh man, nah, dude. I think I'm older than you, Jim, by like 4 years, I think, right? And so I think I just turned 30 when that happened, which is eternity ago, bro. It's like 17 years. Holy shit, a lot has happened in 17 years.
I think I went through 2 of those fucking Heineken kegs.
Yeah, remember the individual kegs?
At one point, I just stopped pumping it into the fucking cup, and I just started drinking it straight out of the fucking nozzle.
Yeah, dude. Those kegs were awesome, dude. By the way, they don't sell them anymore, do they?
I don't think so.
No.
And I was smart enough to have told my boss that Friday. I said, "I'm letting you know right now. Monday, I ain't coming in.
I take off.
If the Steelers win, you will not see me in." And he goes, okay.
I take off I started taking off every Super Bowl Sunday. Not since that year, but I think since when were the Giants? The Giants won in 07. After that year, not 08, 07, 08, and 09. No, 2010. I started taking the Super Bowl off every Monday because I'm shit, man. I just couldn't handle it.
The one argument that people have been making for years, and
he was in.
I have to agree with this. No, it's not even that. The Super Bowl should be on a Saturday.
Yeah, or they're planning to, if they add one game, it's gonna fall on the holiday. I forget what holiday that is, on President's Day. I think, I'm not sure, something like that. For me, because I get a lot. I don't work on holidays. I get them all off. So to me, that's great for me. I mean, but it's one of the holidays that is not like it's a federal holiday, but nobody really closes on that day. But
no, I still got to work.
Yeah, so
I don't really take off the Monday after a Super Bowl unless my team's in it, which ain't gonna happen anytime soon. So.
My homeboy Jamil, who's been doing this, he does the Super Bowl every year. We used to all have, when we were back in the day, right before we all had kids, we all used to rotate parties, right? My boy would do the Super Bowl. I would host the Labor Day weekend, which was what we used to call, the E-Man's wine and cheese party. No, it's not snubby. We just drank wine and got fucked up, right? And we would have like cheese and other shit, but it wasn't like, because we didn't know that was, but we would go through like 10 bottles of wine, right?
Yeah.
Just get hammered. My cousin Mikey would do Mikey's Memorial weekend bash, where we would do the beach, and then we would like grill out afterwards. We all had this thing in the holidays, and my buddy Jamil has been hosting the Super Bowl, and it's gotten bigger and bigger every year. My brother cooks, does a lot. So it's like my whole family affair. Both of our families known each other for a very long time. He's like my best friend. And dude, I have to take off because the older I've gotten, it's like I can't. Even though it's finished early, I stay behind. Like my wife knows we drive separate. It's like I don't drive. I take an Uber or I leave with her. She goes back home and I get either Uber back or somebody give me a ride back home. But it's like they know that day I'm like, 11 o'clock. Even though I get home by 11:30, dude, I can't get up the next day.
That's the one thing that sucks. Man, if I drink now, it's at least 2-3 days before I fully fucking recover. It's like, that's probably the reason why now I really don't drink anymore, is because I still think I'm like 20. So it's like, and the thing with me, like if I go to a bar, my intention is this: I'm only gonna have 2 or 3, and then I'm gonna leave. And Rob could attest to this if he's watching. I'll be like, hey, yeah, Rob, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bar. I'm gonna have like 2 or 3, and I'm gonna leave. Next thing you know, somebody comes in, you start bullshitting. All right, now you know what? I'll have 1 more, and then they're like, oh, you want a shot? All right, I'll have a shot. Now I'm looking at the clock. I go, sorry, it's 11:30. So if I leave by 12, all right, I won't go in as early, but I'll have enough time to get some sleep. I won't be totally hungover. And then before you know it, you're looking, it's fucking 3 a.m. And it's like, well, guess what? I'm going in a bit later today. Fuck this.
Yeah.
And then the hangovers are just worse now.
No, dude, I can't recover either, man. I mean, it's like I don't drink on a like when I do football, right? I'll have a few beers. Like I told you yesterday, I'm getting blitzed. I think I had like 6 or 7 of those. You know, I do spike cells or shit like that because it's not kind of cool on the beach, right? You know, I don't even do beer on the beach anymore. You know, during the day. I remember I'm drinking yesterday. I started drinking like around 10:30. I was down on the beach at 11. But it's like I'll have 6 or 7 throughout, and that's it, man. You know, it's like I didn't get super hammered, but I can't. If I do that, like I've done it maybe once a year where I will like keep drinking, and then all of a sudden I'm like, dude, why am I doing this to myself? You don't recover nowhere near.
No, you don't. And it sucks.
You know, it is what it is. All right. So here, man, let's go ahead. Your boy, the GOAT, one of the GOATs, Santonio Holmes, bro. Let's give him props. Guys, the man. I got some more stuff for you, man. Now we got let me see. What do I have? Let me do the let's do the dumbass of the week, man. Let me set up the dumbass of the week because we do have a dumbass of the week in here. This is a Karen. You've probably seen this flying around, but it's a Karen who actually jumped into the water trying to stop a male duck from mating with a female duck because she thought it was an unwelcome sex act.
Oh, God.
Yeah. People are really messed up, dude. People got problems. And with that being said, here's the
dumbass.
Here we go, man. Let me go ahead and light this up real quick here. All right, let me see here. Let's
get away from her. Get away from her. Hey! Get off of her.
Are you serious, man?
Hey!
You look at this. She's screaming at a duck at a pond where it's a public freaking park.
Stop it! God damn it, get us a net!
Get us a net.
So everybody's just standing around?
How do you figure more ducks get made?
I know. He thinks it's ducks calling the other duck.
Hey!
She's just making it more scared.
Oh, man.
Is that illegal? Oh, wow. That's great.
Why would you go into a water full of ducks?
I know,
dude. Interfering with life.
This is insane. She went in, and then somebody actually handed her a net. Who the hell is the other moron? Is that with her? Look,
it's got to be a fucking dumb husband with no fucking brain.
I think if the duck goes all the way out there, she's gonna fall. She has to follow. There's no shot shaver.
Jim, tell me you voted for Kamala without telling me you voted for Kamala or Biden.
This one takes the fucking kid.
Yeah.
What a fucking strunts this one is. Oh, my God.
And if she's there with a husband or a boyfriend, and
let the duck fuck. Jesus Christ.
That's why they always say, does she know how it works? They're mating. The duck, this whole, you can't, dude, where are we? What world are we living in, bro?
I hope somebody walks in a room when her and her husband are fucking and stop them from reproducing.
And throw cold water in between them, right? You know what I'm saying? They just get them off, or hot water, whatever the two, just to like, get them separated.
Crack her over the head with a fucking frying pan. Put her out of her fucking misery.
Oh, man. Oh, that's some shit, dude. That's some shit. But of course, Jim, we also have that segment that we all love. And I got a few videos, man. You know what I'm saying? Damn it, wrong intro again. Yes, down the rabbit hole, Jim. As we head out to the end of the show, I have a couple of ones here that I got some on TikTok, but also got some here on whatchamacallit on X that I had to favorite here. Tim, I don't know, Jim. I don't know if you ever had a don't know if you ever had a torn ACL, right? I don't know if you ever had the pleasure. I hope not.
Oh,
that's good.
This one's good.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that ACL left his body.
Dude, that's not good. Oh, dude, that's bad. Knees are not supposed to bend that way.
You shouldn't even laugh at it, but it's. How can you not like? Oh man! Like,
how can you
not
gotta
see feel
that?
bad for the guy, but you should not listen. I don't even ride those scooters.
Watch a nigga do
Yeah. That's crazy. Now, hey, listen, man, we don't affiliate with parties here. We don't do politics, but this is pretty funny. I don't care which side of the fence you support.
Yeah, watch a nigga do it.
We survived outside from the music, nigga. What? They like, what he on? This the Alpha and Omega, bitch. Welcome home.
Dude.
This is not a song. This is a revelation. How to get a nigga gone.
Need you a man, baby. I don't understand, baby. Pay your bill and make you feel.
Do the waves.
Oh my god!
Fucking waves are out of control, bro. That's bad.
Oh my god!
I think that's it. Let's go to you see my TikTok page up there, man? Because I'm on the page.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with some insulting.
Back to the Black News Network. Tonight's story: a father of two returned home from the grocery store today to discover another man at his baby mama crib. Here's Tyrone with more.
Yo, what's up, Marcus? I'm here outside the crib where that baby mama stay, and apparently that ain't her damn car.
On Saturday morning, Jaquavian Snickerdoodle left to get some milk. He said he was shocked when he come home 10 years later and find another man in that house.
Ain't no damn way. That's my Uncle Reggie's car.
Well, ain't that some shit? Up next on BNN, the semi-annual YN Festival is only a few days away, and we asked the block if they ready to turn up.
And y'all be wondering what they doing over there. Well, we found out, and we gonna tell you about it after the break.
In a world where ops lurk, baby daddies sneak, and your cousin might rob you if he off them perks, you can't trust the streets, but you can trust Op Alert.
Op Alert.
Aboard the Hellcat Cruiser. Enjoy spades, Henny happy hour, ice cream socials, and even morning church service.
Girl, please, you know he was looking at me all night. Honey, the only thing he was looking at was the exit.
The real quiet.
Welcome back to the Black News Network. This is a developing story tonight. The mayor's wife is getting a train ran on her by some local YNs. Got to come back to the Black.
Oh shit, man. It's quiet. Oh shit! Here, these guys are pretty funny, bro. They do a bit of black friends and white friends. Ready?
I got black friends. Of course, they have no one to call on Father's Day.
Go back to the Black
What
News
happened?
Network.
Shit.
Tonight's
Oh,
story,
I'm sorry, right? There you go.
I got black friends. Of course, they have no one to call on Father's Day.
What the fuck? Dude,
That's fucked up.
that's racist as shit.
Okay.
I called my dad an hour ago.
Yeah, you with that haircut. I know you didn't call your dad. You're mixed. Who's the black parent? Yeah, no way you called him.
I called my dad this morning.
That's cap. Prisons aren't open on Sunday.
Oh.
First off, my dad's not in prison. Second of all, it's not Chick-fil-A.
There's something new every day.
There's something new every day.
There's no way they called it their dads.
Oh shit! I think you sent me this one, Jim. Cooper, Flagg, and Luca.
Oh,
Hit the bricks, Luca. This is my show now.
Right? I think you sent me this one. You sent me this one, right? Yeah, you did.
Now, Cooper, but you'll never be the face of the whiteys. Cooper's right, Luca. He's gonna be the new face of the show. We're finished with you. What? Why? You're not what we're looking for anymore. You're European, Dirk Nowitzki white, and the people want an
Dirk Nowitzki
American
white.
Larry Bird white. You can't replace me with Cooper. We already have. The script for next season's written, and we've already set up the merch store through Printify's print-on-demand service. If you hurry to our website, you can get a shirt. Screw you and that.
Oh fuck, man.
Go back.
Dude, but this my damn.
I got black friends.
Hit the bricks, Luca. This is Mosh
Sorry, right
Nowitzki white, and the people want an American Larry Bird white. You can't replace me with Cooper. We already have. The script for next season's written, and we've already set up the merch store through Printify's print-on-demand service. If you hurry to our website, you can get a shirt. Screw you and that totally sweet shirt. You're lost. Now I gotta go check on my other show, Athlete Intervention. In action.
I'm LeBron James, and I'm a gluaholic.
Hit the bricks, Luca. This is my show now.
Oh shit, man. Dude, these AI videos are out of control now. You know, they could just, they're insane. Look at this one.
This is my friend.
Hold on, let me go from the beginning here.
This is my friend Juan. What are you buying today?
Hey, my name is Carlos, bro. I'm looking for a Ford Raptor.
I got you, Juan. I have something you will absolutely love. This is my friend Juan. What are you buying today?
Hey, my name is Carlos.
That's what it was, right?
Ford Raptor.
I got you, Juan. I have something you will absolutely love.
It's a
This is my
taco
friend
truck.
Juan. What are you buying today?
Hey, my name.
All of y'all
Oh, there you go.
motherfuckers, fuck you, die slow, motherfucker. My phone make sure all y'all kids don't grow. You motherfuckers can't be us or see us.
Dude, how hold on a second. Shit, how are all these
motherfuckers, fuck you, die slow, motherfucker. My phone make sure all y'all.
where are all these Trump videos coming from, bro? All of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? It's like after the bombing of Iran, bro, they're all like consider him a thug.
It's fucking
Kids don't grow. You motherfuckers can't be us or see us. We motherfucking thug like riders. All of y'all motherfuckers.
I miss Tupac, bro.
fuck you, die slow, motherfucker.
That's a dude, man. Tupac was, man, that's just him and Biggie, man. It just the world's never gonna know, man.
There was where was it?
Gonna know, man.
Who the hell? Oh, there was something like I don't know how long ago it was, and Ice Cube's doing an interview, and they asked him, "So, what do you think about the deaths of Tupac and Biggie? You know, like who do you think killed them?" And he goes, "Well, Tupac, obviously, we know it's the whole thing in Vegas. Biggie, he feels he said Biggie was assassinated.
Okay,
like it was it was planned to assassinate him, and it's like, man."
It sucks, dude. These are two, even though they beef, you know, they're gonna get their shit together because they were boys. Yeah. It sucks, man, that the world's never gonna find, you know, I mean, they were still fairly young. They'll be in their 50s. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I mean, great talent, bro. There you go. Look at this. Look at about AI. Oh shit! Wow. Oh shit! Wow, that's fucked up, bro. Oh, here's what this fucking gorilla guy has gotten so popular, bro.
Oh, these ones are hilarious.
Yeah, they're hilarious.
What's up, fucker?
Hold on.
If your name is Juanito, Jose, or Jesus, we are bringing you in for questioning. So say adios to abuela and pack your chanclas. It's about to go loco, primo.
This is our 7th home raid today. We got Juan and his primo.
113. Look at that.
Dios mío, es una invasión de Juanitos. Hey, papitos, who wants some free modelos y dinero?
Ouch.
Gets them every time, boys. We're catching illegals like Pokemon. Gotta detain them all.
Yo, we out here snatching up more Jose's than a Dominican softball league. Say, what's up, Woody?
Woody.
What's up, gang?
Bro, I swear one of y'all smell like hot Goya beans and expired Fabuloso.
Undocumented and thick? That's crazy because this pipe don't discriminate, mami. Ya tú sabes.
Ay, Dios mío.
But I do discriminate against tortas. If you a Latina baddie watching this, drop a comment so me and the boys can slide in those DMs. Like and share, mi gente. Yo, if you f***ers want to know how to make videos exactly like this, check the link in bio for my step-by-step guide, papi.
Yeah, dude, it's like you ask ChatGPT and they do it for you. You just gotta know what the hell you're requesting. And of course, I went back to old school. Gotta get us here, our boys. You know what I'm saying? Prosciutto Poppy and Guarino.
With a fucking law of authority, all right, pal? Where's the New York Twins?
I don't know any New York Twins. I don't know any of them.
Yeah, we seen them walking around Fenway with the Yankee gear, causing fucking mayhem. Looking for them.
What doesn't? I don't know. I can't help you, buddy. I don't have any twins that work.
Who are these two fucking guys right here?
I've
seen them before.
What's
up, fellas? You knew?
It's fucking it's those Theo Sullivans from Southie.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to high school. I went to high school with them. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
How are you?
All right.
How are you?
All right, boys.
How are
Just checking in. We thought you guys got hired here, so.
Hey, do me a favor. What do you call this right here?
Plead the fifth.
Yeah. What? I'm gonna need to hear you say it. What do you call this right?
What's up, fuckers? Damn, man. Your name... Shit, every time.
With a fucking law of authority, all right?
Plead the fifth.
Yeah. What? I'm gonna need to hear you say it. What do you call this right here?
Nothing, buddy. Nothing. It's good. It's
Hey,
water.
Tommy, I'm not fucking talking to you. You tell me what you see right here on this counter.
Water.
Yeah, that's them. It's fucking them.
Yeah, but what the fuck are you talking? What are you talking?
You're always trying to fucking hire these assholes.
Get the fuck out! Get the fuck out!
Brother, with a fucking law of authority.
You're always trying to hire these assholes. Oh man. There you go. Ranking the best AI clapbacks. Ready?
Hola,
Hola, can I get a horchata, por favor?
Do you want ice with that?
Ice. Run, mi amigos, ice is coming, andale.
Where the fuck is my burger?
I don't know, you fat fuck. You probably already consumed it and didn't even notice, you fat piece of shit.
You can tell this is AI because I haven't put my knee on his neck yet.
Look at it. I just made some fresh cookies.
Those don't look fresh at all.
And we know you're gonna tear them up anyways, you big ass bitch. Get the fuck out the kitchen.
Yo, can I get a venti brown sugar oat milk shake and espresso, sub almond, because oat's been hitting weird?
Would you like a tampon with that, you little bitch?
I'm afraid you have diabetes.
Diabetes runs in my family.
No one runs in your family, fatty.
Those are probably fake anyway.
Your husband faked his death to get away from you.
This shit is dry as your personality. I wouldn't feed it to a fucking stray.
Then take your dentures and drag your crusty ass back to the 1950s, Karen.
Hola, can I get a horchata, por favor?
Oh man, last one. Here you go, man. Check out this. I don't know if this is legit, but there's a. It was a real, I guess priest. But check this out. He's running around. Oh.
Shit.
Yeah,
he's a wide receiver number 2. Sign up, fucking Father McCatchballs.
Yeah, bro. Father McCatchballs over there, man. He was wearing the whole outfit and everything, dude. Look. Oh, he. Bro cooked them, dude.
He hit him with the Jesus juke.
He did. Yeah, hey, man, listen, Jesus is protecting that man right there. Don't fuck with him. Oh, hold on a second, Jim. Oh, my bad. Oops, sorry about that, Jim. I hit the wrong stream here. Oh, man. Yeah, this is McCormick's favorite segment of the show. Hey, man, we bring us a little something different. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do every 2 weeks. Again, it's a slow time of the year, but the NBA season is gonna ramp up from the from the free agency standpoint. You see a couple of little free agency signings here and there. But the big money is probably gonna start popping. I think next week, it's July. It's July 4 before that. At the end, it's gonna be I think Monday or Tuesday when it starts. I forget.
Well, the rumors are already they're running rampant. I read one. Of course, our favorite LeBron apparently is not going to opt out, and he's going to opt into the $53 million.
Yep. No shocker, right?
Yep. Yeah, no surprise there, because whatever.
Shocker.
Austin Reeves denied his because he's about to get $200+ million.
I mean, see, Austin Reeves, I understand, right? He's still a young player. He wants to get his money. Had a career year. Yes, LeBron is a billionaire. LeBron doesn't need. I mean, if he's really serious about winning a championship. Which obviously, he's not anymore. Based on what he said in the stupid podcast with Steve Nash, right? About the ring chasing culture, which he started that shit. Number 2, now he's not taking a cut, dude, because, they could bring in, they need defensive help. They need a center, right? Him and Luka are 2 liabilities on defense. Yes, they could both drop 100 points combined, right? But however, in the playoffs, 100 points, you could do this because the defense ramps up. And you saw it in the playoffs. So again, more and more selfishness about LeBron's culture. I mean, look.
See, going to the whole ring culture thing, right? Because we will have to end it with this.
Yeah.
Right? Because
this is the last bit right here.
Because we've been kind of teasing it all episode, so we might as well just get it out of the way. You can't go on a podcast that you do with another player.
Absolutely.
And now you want to change the narrative because you can't catch Jordan. Okay, so now it's okay. If I spin the narrative this way now, and now I'm kind of being a hypocrite about everything that I was once, and it didn't work, now I could go out on this platform and I could say, well, no, I was never about that. Okay, but you were because, ready, bronsexuals? Jesus, this energy drink really fucked me up. But, like, if rings weren't so important to you, why did you ever leave Cleveland? Right there. Lie number 1. You said you never needed to win one with multiple all-star players. You still have a couple of IOUs down there in Miami that are unaccounted for. So there's that. You didn't win chips for any of these teams because you were saved by Kyrie Ray Allen, and a handful of others.
Yep.
People sit there in this whole debate and they go, well, nobody wants to talk about Jordan before Scottie Pippen. I'll acknowledge the fact that the Bulls weren't dominant before Scottie got there.
But Scottie wasn't the real reason they won those
Scottie wasn't the guy who Scottie had the impact.
He was the role player he needed.
Took it to a whole nother level. And when people sit there and say Jordan played on super teams, Jordan played with 3 all-star caliber NBA players.
His entire career.
And he played with only 5 NBA Hall of Famers. Robert Parrish being one, Kukoc the other, Pippen, Rodman. Okay?
Hold on a second. Robert Parrish was washed up already.
Yeah.
Like 20 years in the league. Kukoc, borderline. Great player by the time they was there, but I think it's a borderline Hall of Famer. Scottie is probably the true Hall of Famer because I know as a great of an impact Rodman was defensively, Rodman would not be playing in today's age because he'll be just another eighth guy on the bench because his style of playing will be getting called fouls after foul, fragrance after fragrance, right? So you got to throw that out the way. That's it, dude. It's a bunch of cab drivers.
But not only that, LeBron didn't even play against half of the top 75 list. Jordan did. So there's also that into account, and everybody can use the LeBron's number one in this. But with that, now look at the negative side of it. He also has the most career missed shots, most turnovers, most of everything. So, okay, that's great. He's number one in everything. He's stat padded. That's great. That's all well and good. And I'm not sitting here saying he's not a Hall of Famer. He's not one of the best to ever do it. And again, we can commend him for the longevity, but the longevity has hurt him. Okay, that's that. And
this graphic
if you're the greatest of all time, and again, you don't go out on a show and say you're the greatest of all time, or when I went back to Cleveland and I won them the chip, that made me the greatest of all time. No, Kyrie locked down Steph. Kyrie nailed the game winning shot. Kyrie saved you. Okay.
He didn't win it when Kyrie was hurt the year before.
Right?
Remember that? They lost to Golden State.
You can't. You were also saved from Draymond being suspended for Game 7. People forget that. Okay. So there's also that. You also failed to realize that if you were the greatest of all time, why did everybody else eat? You didn't. How many titles did Tim Duncan win under the reign of LeBron? Manu Ginobili.
He got 2.
Freaking Tony Parker. Dirk Nowitzki's got 1.
Dirk Nowitzki beat the super team he was a great player. However, he had Jason Kidd, who was like over the hill, Sean Marion over the hill, JJ Barea, some guy that, in Jordan's era would not made a roster.
Nope.
All right. You had over the hill center, and I forget the guy's name. He was really good, by the way. He played for the Knicks also. And Jason Terry, who was a good 6 man.
Yeah.
No other All-Stars in that lineup. Only Dirk Nowitzki, who was a great player at that time. Right? It was 3 great players against 1. And he lost.
Yeah.
In their own home court. All right? Because they won it in Miami. Never happened in the Jordan era. As I'm casually scrolling when we started this conversation, this pops up. Right? I didn't have to say right here, man. This just pops up, man, because it's destiny.
Yeah.
Is Rodman on guarding LeBron James. He goes, you know who could lock up LeBron James? Me. Mike and Scottie could. Fuck yeah. I would have locked his ass up. LeBron is so easy to play. He is so fucking easy to play. He doesn't have any moves. I don't think it's easy to play, but yes, I think Scottie would have played great defense on him because he was long. You know what I mean? Jordan would definitely lock him up. Would lock him up, made him turn the ball over. You know what I mean? And Rodman too. Rodman could have guarded anybody. Rodman is Draymond defensive 2.0. You know what I'm saying, dude? Again, there's a lot of things, man. Like you just mentioned. LeBron James played with about 11 All-Stars or 15 All-Stars. And what? How many Hall of Famers are we talking about? 5 at least?
Yeah. But not only that, like people sit there in this argument, like, well, Jordan needed Scottie. No, see, Scottie needed Jordan.
Exactly.
Because look what happened when Jordan left and played baseball. Scotty had to be the guy, and Scotty couldn't be the guy.
Look, to win championships, it takes a period of time for you to develop, right?
Yeah.
To get the right team around, to get the right culture, to get the right mentality. It happened to Isaiah Thomas, right? I know Magic and Bird were one of those premature guys that won it early, right? Different type of style of game. It took Jordan to go through, you know how many great teams Jordan had to get through in order to become champs?
Yeah.
Those Celtic teams that won 4 championships. The Celtics.
Pistons.
I mean, the Lakers that won 5. The Pistons that won 2 back-to-back. The 76ers. This is all in their division, dude. You're looking at a lot of East Coast teams, dude. Only one West Coast team, which is the Lakers. All right. During the Jordan era, before he started winning, all right, look how many teams came out of the East. All right. The Celtics, the 76ers during his time in the league. The Celtics, the 76ers, the Pistons. These were all teams that were badasses when it came to like demolishing you physically.
Yeah.
And Scotty came along in the right time that fit the right system. Not because Jordan needed Scotty. There would have been some other Scotty, right? Because Phil Jackson would have drafted a guy. He was looking for the guy to help him. You know what I'm saying, dude? And Scotty became Scotty because he played with Jordan. Scotty would have gone drafted by another team, by the Knicks. Would have gone drafted by the 76ers. Scotty would have been just a good old role player.
And the one guy who nobody, if you're a Bulls fan, ever liked, for various reasons, Jerry Krause even said it. Jordan never asked me to go and get this guy, trade this guy, bring in this guy, fire this coach, do this. He played with what was around him and made them better. LeBron can't do that.
Bro,
because you see what it is when LeBron's got to be the guy. He can't be the guy. Somebody else has got to be the guy.
In those championships, John Paxson hit big shots because of what Jordan created. Steve Kerr hit big shots.
Yep.
Tony Kukoc hit big shots because of what Jordan created. The difference is that LeBron got bailed out by a last-minute three-pointer and Ray Allen. That would have been one less championship.
Yep.
Because it would have been over. San Antonio would have beat this team back-to-back. What happened the year after? They got swept.
So pretty much LeBron goes out and he's a hypocrite.
He's an absolute hypocrite. The greatest hypocrite of all time. One of the greatest players of all time, but right there with the hypocrite. He creates it to himself. Every time he opens his mouth and he tries to justify another reason why he considers himself. That's the thing. He considers himself the best player of all time. While Jordan doesn't consider himself the best player of all time, and you and I have said this, his peers have put him there. The league has put him there.
Not only that, Jordan went to 6 championships, never got swept, never lost them. LeBron's been to a total of 10, lost 6, won 4. Kobe won with a less talented Laker team without Shaq.
Twice.
So, and he did that. And the only reason why he did that was because he had to prove to himself he didn't need Shaq to do it. And he went out and proved it. LeBron, yeah, okay, you won these chips, but you didn't do it on a team that drafted you. You had to come back and latch on to Kyrie's success.
And then trade for Jordan Love, you know what I'm saying? And then get other players.
So, I mean, so to the 10 to 15 LeBron sexuals out there that still think he's better because you want to use all-time leading scorer, all-time this, all-time that. Okay, that's great. Use all the stats you want. You can't argue the fact. Jordan globalized the game. Jordan revolutionized endorsement deals.
And it was unbeaten when it mattered most.
If you take what Jordan's done Charles Barkley told an interesting story about his endorsement deal. And I think it was with Nike, and they offered him this, and Jordan goes and goes, no. Do this. Because if you do it this way, you're going to make money for the rest of your life. It's just going to keep coming in. It's not going to end at any point. It's going to continuously come to you. And Barkley goes, this guy made me a millionaire 10 times over. Shaq has gone out and he goes, there's only one guy in the league who's ever scared me. And it's Jordan, because, yeah, you see the shit on the posters that they have him do. He's doing that in the game.
Yep.
The difference with LeBron and Jordan is this, and it's the biggest difference of all. One was revered, one was feared.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay. It's like that scene in A Bronx Tale where Sonny and C are sitting in the restaurant and they're talking, and C goes, "Is it better to be loved or feared?"
Ah, yeah.
Right? Everybody loves Jordan. Everybody loves LeBron, but everybody feared Jordan. Nobody fears LeBron, because if LeBron was feared, he would have more championships than Jordan. He would. He'd have at least 2 more than Jordan, but he doesn't, because he wasn't feared, because they knew he wasn't the guy, somebody else was. Dwayne Wade in Miami was the guy. Kyrie, when he went back to Cleveland, was the guy. Why do you think Kevin Durant can't do it on his own? And he had the chance, and he couldn't do it. That's why he latched himself to Steph Curry, and look at what's happened after. And if you think if Houston thinks they're winning a chip with fucking my Achilles could rupture at any time,
No.
skinnier John Bones Jones version of John Bones Jones, yeah, no, not happening.
That set the Houston. We'll talk about that some other time, but that set Houston back long term a few years.
At least 5 years.
Yep.
At least.
And we're gonna end it up on this note, right? How many stories have you heard of players going at LeBron, talking smack, and LeBron has come back and dropped 50 on him?
None.
How many stories have you heard about Jordan? Players would try to go test him, and then Jordan would come back and destroy him. And the teammates were like, dude, don't do it. Don't do it, because it's going to be a long day. Every podcast of every player, every young man, which I give props to the young man that wants to take on top of the cake, because that shows you got balls, right? Yeah. There's a lot of these young players, man, towards the end of Jordan's career who came at Jordan. I said, I'm going to fuck you up. Jordan was like, nah, man, that ain't going to happen. All right. And case in point, dude, a lot of young players go at LeBron, and LeBron doesn't have the pedigree of the killer mentality. There's only 2 players that I know have that pedigree. It's not named LeBron, but it is Michael Jordan, number 1, and number 2, Kobe Bryant. Those are the only 2 dudes that when you talk and you went at them, you needed to put your big boy pants on, because they were going to come at you and kill your entire family.
The other thing, there's a list of this, of guys who have played consecutive full seasons. Jordan's played at least 8 consecutive 82-game seasons.
Yes.
LeBron has played 1. Yes. That's not a GOAT.
No.
At the same age as LeBron, maybe a year or 2 younger, when Jordan was on a bum-ass Wizards team, was playing back-to-backs, played a full 82-game season while getting his knee drained after every game, and going back out there the next night and dropping another 30 on you.
That's true.
He's not doing that. LeBron ain't doing that. So argue a fucking wall. As far as I'm concerned, the GOAT debate is dead.
It's been dead for a while, man.
LeBron, it wasn't even guys like you and me, or anybody else who had to put the nail in the coffin. The villain in the story is the guy who killed himself off.
Yep. That's LeBron James.
And LeBron did it to himself. He'll continue to do it to himself. Like, okay, yeah. Oh, I got to play in the league with my kid. Okay, that doesn't make you a GOAT. That just makes you a selfish piece of shit.
Yeah. And he's doing it for his second kid. So.
Yeah.
Just like LeBron's, just like the argument of the GOAT is dead, so is this podcast, my friend. 2 hours. We listen, even in the off season, man, we just make the magic happen. You know what I'm saying? That's how we get down. All right, Jim, I appreciate you, buddy. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. Actually, you and I may hook up during the week next week. I mean, you're off on vacation. I'm going to have some time after work. I'm back from vacation. I'm exhausted, and I'm ready to, sleep in again tomorrow. Well, yeah, no, I don't think it's going to happen, but it is what it is. Listen, again, back at it like a bad habit. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. We might do some TikTok lives. We might do some maybe some Twitch lives, man, on the app. We gotta fuck around. We gotta do some extra content this week if you're okay with that. I'll reach out to you after work and we'll do this, man. Yo, we will see you. Your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Talk Network, and of course, always
Jim from the Fan in the Van podcast.
Peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Yo.